Well, Friday night lights illuminating Plume Park like a beacon to signify the commencement of round 3 of Football New South Wales League 2 men's action. What better way to kickstart your weekend than watching the Pirates set sail? It is Central Coast United playing host this evening to Fraser Park FC. Before we get too far into proceedings, we should probably address the most glaring change. We can bring you some big news here in the lineup. It's Dave Bloom, a big out this week, replaced by yours truly, Pete Pryor, in commentary. Absolute pleasure to have your company, wherever it is you may be watching from, of course. Alongside me this evening, of course, the ever-trustworthy Jayden Downs. Jayden.
Hello.
How was 20s?
Interesting. Very slow start for 20s, but came out the blocks firing in the second half and ended up taking the 3 points with a 2-0 victory. And goals from Kirby Wilding and Jesse Roeder.
Perfect.
Took out the points.
The Pirates very much hoping to make it a 6-point Friday. As we said, what better way to kick off the weekend? It's been a wet and wild afternoon here on the Central Coast, but the weather's not going to dampen the good vibes here at Plume Park. Let's take you through the 2 starting 11s ahead of kickoff here at Plume. Of course, starting for the Pirates in goals, Zaid Hussein. Number 5, Mark Partridge. Number 7, Michael Singh. Number 8, Caleb Murray. Number 9, returning Cade Mapu. 10, Alex Arbello. 11, and captain Jack Reagan. The 12, Harry McCalmont. 14, Ben Flackus. 17, Matt Kairouz. And 99, Zach Pizzuto. Jayden, what do you make of the starting 11 today?
A very strong lineup, of course. We did take defeat last week, but the return of Cade Mapu after his trip to Japan with the Mariners has finally returned, so we've got a bit of pace up top, helping Ben Flackus.
And starting for the Travellers this evening, Fraser Park, Amaro Ferreira will take his place between the sticks. The number 2, Christian Dessar. 4, Alexis Wenzel. Number 6, Stavros Palapanis. The number 7, Christian Dos Santos. The 10, Shu Torihara. The 16, Harry Skitardis. 17, Gregory Ambiosi. 19, Ben Astudillo. 20, Francis McAlpine, my apologies, last season's top goal scorer for Fraser Park. And number 21, William Wright. No shortage of goals every time these two sides face each other. 9 goals all told in the last 2 meetings. A win apiece. And it was last time out at this venue, in fact, that Central Coast United took the 3 points in a 4-1 victory, a swashbuckling victory for the Pirates, I guess you could call it, Jayden.
Very much, and of course it was a bounce back after the 4-0 defeat away from home earlier in the year, and can't wait to try and beat them there again.
That's right. Jack Reagan, Caleb Murray, Daniel McFarlane. Wow, I've just had an absolute brain fade. That's too early for a brain fade here. Let's engage our brains ahead of kickoff. And of course, Ben Flackus, who was Central Coast United's top goal scorer last season, netting 10. He was on the score sheets in round 1 as well in that 2-1 victory over Sydney Uni. Not far away from kickoff here at Plume Park. Referees just conducting their final checks, making sure that everything is just so and synchronising their watches here. Of course, make sure wherever it is that you're watching from that you do get your comments in across the stream as well. On Facebook, as I said, an absolute pleasure to have your company wherever it is you may be watching from. I hope you're staying warm and dry. In spite of the weather this afternoon, the pitch seems to be in absolutely delightful condition as these two sides prepare to resume hostilities. Of course, they faced off as well in the 2019 NPL 4 Grand Final. We won't say any more about that though. When we do get underway, it will be Central Coast United in their striking gold and black kits, kicking from left to right on your screens. Fraser Park in their traditional Portuguese outfit of green and red. The whistle blows and away we go here at Plume Park for round 3 here on Friday evening. A fascinating contest ahead of us here as the Pirates look to stride forward out of defence through Kairouz and work it left. Options in front with Pizzuto making movement through the middle. Mapu's just drifted inside as well. As you said, Jaden, Mapu returning to the side after his trip to Japan with the Central Coast Mariners.
Yeah, listen, we've missed him. I know we've tried to move some fixtures around this season to benefit him, but unfortunately the first two just got caught up with the Asian Champions League.
Ball didn't quite fall for Mapu there. Instead it popped out for Skatardis, and now Fraser Park will maybe look to open up the pitch. Instead they go central with Astadio raking crossfield ball. It should be Hussein, the favourite. Well, he's got himself all tangled up there, and it falls very kindly for Dos Santos, who gets the strike away, and it's headed clear just about off the line. The first real moment of action in this one, just a minute on the clock. Cross is stood up towards the penalty spot, dealt with comfortably enough by the Pirates. Headed back in towards Torahara. They'll just need to recycle it here, Fraser Park, with Ebiozi, and now Wenzel, the captain, who will swing this one away from the goalkeeper again towards the penalty spot, and again cleared. Half cleared anyway. Bello made sure of the clearance, only as far as halfway. It's going to come straight back at them here. Wenzel will nod it centrally. Wenzel again hugging this touchline, and again that's a good looking delivery as well. The Pirates having to do a fair amount of defending in the opening 2 minutes. Here goes Cannonball Cade, as they call him. Couldn't quite bring it under his spell though. Fraser Park immediately looked to return serve. It's pulled back into the area, and it's a good save by Hussein. Down low at his left hand upright. The strike came at him awfully quickly as well. Pulled it back towards the top of the area. Save the goalkeeper had to make, and did so with aplomb. Corner, first of the evening.
We've got a comment already from Mason Lumley. He says, "Hey, I swear I've heard this guy's voice before."
I swear I saw that guy in Japan a couple of days ago. And Mace, I hope you're enjoying your time in Japan as the corner is swung in. Flicked header amongst massive bodies there. Hussein confident that he had his angles correct, and he did. It was a centre half, Ebiozi, rising highest amongst that sea of bodies there, flicking the header on, just couldn't quite get the direction on it. Back underway is the Coast playing their way out short from the goal kick. Mapu stretching to recover the ball, did so with aplomb, falls kindly for Reagan. Central it will go for Arbello, and they'll swing it to the opposite flank now, will the Pirates. Advancing forward. Good numbers in the area too. Well, it was a cross-come shot really, comfortable for Ferreira to deal with. Straight at the Fraser Park gloveman. Fairly regulation save straight into the breadbasket there for Ferreira, who actually came on at half-time last time these two sides met in that 4-1 victory for the Pirates. Not too sure if the Fraser Park coach at the time was just very unimpressed with his incumbent custodian's performance thus far on the day, or whether there may have been an injury, but he has retained his spot since then. Takes his place between the sticks today. Foot race between Singh and Torahara. Torahara couldn't retrieve it though. It's Reagan leading by example. Kairu swings it wide. Well, there was 2 minutes of just about chaos there. Fraser Park were attack after attack after attack. The Pirates have been able to repel that thus far, and just trying to settle into a bit of a rhythm. Neither side thus far, though, really able to settle into any kind of rhythm whatsoever. Fraser Park, of course, as we said, still searching for their first victory of the season. Central Coast's first victory came at this venue in round one, that 2-1 victory over the students at Sydney University. 2 goals in 2 minutes to overturn that 1 goal deficit as well. Leaving Shannon Cole very impressed with his side's resilience. So we just have a bit of a break in play here. I can't quite make out who that is down stricken on the turf there, Jaden.
Seems to be Reagan as the armband.
It is, yeah, he's got the armbands. That's not good signs. He does appear to be in some amount of discomfort just getting some treatment here. And it looks fairly innocuous as well. Well, he's back up and about, albeit
limping.
Fairly gingerly, yeah. Maybe some further treatment required for the skipper. Keep your eye on that one. We'll see how that plays out. The Pirates will be temporarily down to 10, but they will have the restart here.
I'm saying the form that Torres started, that was when the season week arrived.
Fraser Park able to repel the long ball, but only as far as halfway. It's a strong challenge that's from Palapanis, searching for McAlpine in the area as well. He's the danger man really for Fraser Park. As we said, he was last season's top goal scorer for Fraser Park in the League 2 men's competition, 13 goals in first grade. 2 of those actually came against Central Coast United down at Fraser Park Sports Centre as well. Central Coast United will be all too aware of the threat that he poses. He's won his side a corner here as well. Second corner of the evening, if my count's correct. Swung in to the near post again, headed straight up in the air by Torahara. Hussein gets a fist to it and hooked clear eventually. They want to work it straight back. The Big Timbers stayed forward as well. Ebiosi, the centre half, you can see him screaming for the ball on the edge of the area. Twisting and turning on the far touchline. That's excellent footwork as well. Drives into the area. Cutouts eventually by Bello. And United will look to play their way out from the back here. Heels clipped and the free kick was a fairly simple one to give. Caleb Murray gets us back underway, trusting his goalkeeper's feet. Now Singh on the near touchline. Head up and scanning for options in front. Decides to take it on himself and maybe took on one too many. Palapanis got the better of him and might get the return pass here as well, Palapanis. It was just a little ahead of Palapanis and a little behind Torahara. And again, Central Coast United, with their insistence on playing out from the back, it's fallen at the feet of Skitardis and now McAlpine. Thought about the cross, instead played it backwards for now. Here's Wenzel. Again, assessing the options in front, one of who was Skitardis, who looks to drive inside. Dos Santos. All the way back to Desar. Working it from side to side nicely here, Fraser Park. They might just get another chance at the cross here with Skitardis. It's a great cross, it's a great header. And it's the game's opening goal in favour of the Travellers. It was he who we were just speaking about, Francis McAlpine. Deadly from there. Wonderful cross, take nothing away from that from Harry Skitardis to pick him out. And McAlpine gets his first of the season.
We've got a comment from Simon Falcon. I don't know if you've just seen that.
I've seen Simo's comment.
Finally, some sensible commentary. Bloomy should be off more often.
I'll get your guesses in as to what Bloomy's up to tonight. My reliable informant tells me that he's been suspended due to an accumulation of yellow cards.
That would sound about right.
It seems early in the season for that, but play on as Central Coast United look to play on here with Mapu. Into the channel it goes. Arbello giving chase, bundled off it. Half-hearted appeals for a penalty after the challenge from Ebiozi. Referee completely unmoved. And that's a scything sort of challenge, that. The hands are up straight away from Caleb Murray, and the card is out as well. Well, I don't think he can have all too many arguments there. He was a little bit late.
A little bit late.
I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, mother.
Well, so far, not going to script for the Pirates, but plenty of football yet to be played in this one. Francis McAlpine, as we said, opened the scoring just moments ago for Fraser Park. Fraser Park do get us back underway. Big raking crossfield ball from Astadio. Goes forward for Dos Santos now. Good defending to halt the progress of Dos Santos, but they'll have to throw Fraser Park and look to gain the advantage as well. Chested down.
Ooh. Seems to have been a handball.
Well, yes. Wasn't sure what the whistle went for there. It looked like a chest from my vantage point, but my eyes aren't getting any better in my old age, in fairness. I was going to say, you can't be offside from a throw-in. In any case, on we go. Again, swung wide. Central, it will go for Pizzuto. Bustling his way through, a fair shot as well, straight at the goalkeeper. Ferreira, who took a couple of bites to bring it under his control, was driven with real ferocity, that strike from Zach Pizzuto. You won't see too many cleaner strikes than that. Either side of the goalkeeper, and I fancy that's one apiece.
Yeah, it was a good cross there from Partridge to find Pizzuto. And then, like you said, the connection. Can't find a strike any cleaner.
Well, if there's one thing I know about Fraser Park, and there's probably only one or two things that I know about Fraser Park in all fairness, is that they won't be content to sit on this one-goal lead. As we said, plenty of goals between these two sides every time they met, as Fraser Park, right on cue, almost as if, look to stride forward, and, well, that's not the cross that's required to do any sort of damage whatsoever. Hussein, Central it goes, not finding a teammate though. And Fraser Park again, I think that might have been McAlpine getting this strike away. Looked a little bit deep for him. In any case, well, that's a agricultural sort of challenge from Ebiozi. And he's told in no uncertain terms by the referee, that's your last warning. Back underway almost immediately. Central Coast United understanding the urgency. Singh works it inside for Kairouz. Here is Singh again, near touchline. Oh, wonderful feed from Singh. Just ran away from him at the last moment, but it pops out kindly for Reagan. Now Pizzuto, who's drifted wide. First time ball, just standing it up towards that back post. The flight of the ball just deceiving just about everyone. Fraser Park able to deal with it, and Ferreira will put his foot through it over halfway. Singh to retrieve it for the Pirates. Well, the whistle goes for the contact on Singh. McAlmont. Singh again, just hugging this touchline, looking to utilise the full width of the pitch here. Back with McAlmont, of course, as I'm sure it's been mentioned. Harry McAlmont, the brother of Mariners midfielder Alfie McAlmont. That's a decent looking ball as well. The flag's up though. In fact, I think it may have been a handball.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, the timing of the run was absolutely superb. The control, just unfortunate. And it's going to be one of those evenings where it may be a little bit difficult to bring the ball under your spell as well. Of course, it will be an awfully greasy surface. We've had no shortage of rain. The Pirates, though, looking to take control of the situation here. Albello just running himself into a corridor, though. They'll have it back, though, through Singh. Sizing up the cross, well, maybe sizing up the shot instead. Just spinning off the outside of the boot of Singh. And it was always sort of tailing away from goal, this effort.
Yeah. No doubt, I mean, Singh will find himself in that space quite often, and he does like to tease an effort. Sometimes,
sometimes they hit the corner flag, sometimes they go in. As I'm very acquainted with the corner flag anyway. Here's McAlpine. Couldn't reel it in. Again, stoutly defended by Central Coast United, who will look to return serve immediately. Mapu dancing away from Wenzel, dancing away from a couple as well. Looking to just slide one into the half space for Singh to latch onto. It took a couple of touches on the way through and just guided into the path of Amaro Ferreira, who shows no interest in playing out short from the back on that occasion. Fraser Park will have it back through Astadio. Abiosi again swinging it wide, this time for William Wright. Looks to isolate his fullback. Dancing feet from Will Wright. Central Coast unable to really effect a strong enough clearance. It will come back out here for Skatardis. Now Wenzel. One touch to set himself, second touch to cross. Again, headed half clear, but it's going to come straight back at them through Wright. McAlpine lurking with real dangerous sort of intent in the centre of the box. Again, it was towards McAlpine, and he's able to dig it out as well. Crossfield ball might just be a little too heavy for Alexis Wenzel there, despite stretching just about every sinew to try and keep the ball in play. We can see the spray just coming up off the turf here at Plume Park. No shortage of rainfall, as we said. Into the channel it goes. Now it's a foot race between Pizzuto and Wenzel. Wenzel gets there first just about, and Pizzuto just clips the legs. Well, maybe the experience of Wenzel there as well. Feeling the contact and going down. He had body position, of course, Alexis Wenzel, the captain for Fraser Park. And in no real sort of hurry to resume proceedings here. Well, there's still a lot of football to be played. Too early in the game, perhaps, for gamesmanship, or, well, is it ever really too early in the game? In any case, on we go. Abiosi to resume proceedings. Over the head of Astadio it went. Final touch off Michael Singh. Fraser Park throw-in on this near touchline. And again, Alexis Wenzel, with barely 20 minutes on the clock, in absolutely no hurry to retrieve the ball. Flicked on by Torihara. It's Mapu. Oh, it's great feet from Cade Mapu. Leaves Wenzel on the deck, and the ball for Bello was just behind him. Mapu showing eagerness and desperation, perhaps over eagerness to win the ball back and conceding the free kick just behind halfway. What about the feet from Cade Mapu, tying Alexis Wenzel up there and leaving him in his wake. Need to try and get players like Mapu and Pizzuto and Arbello perhaps more involved. It's been tough going though against a relatively organised, tough to break down Fraser Park outfit so far in this one. 20 minutes, or just about 21 minutes gone here at Plume Park. Fraser Park do lead by that solitary goal to Francis McAlpine after a wonderful cross from Harry Skitardis. Still plenty of time for the host to get back into this one. The referee just giving Fraser Park a bit of a hurry up there. He's spotted the gamesmanship perhaps, and he's having absolutely none of it. And now it's the Pirates advancing over halfway. Only momentarily though, hoisted clear in the direction of McAlpine. Able to dig it out to the feet of Arbello. Wonderful turn that, and a good looking release as well on the far touch line. Was that Flackers chasing after that one on the far touch line? It was. Didn't quite have the beating of the fullback though. Fraser Park just sitting in such a low block, difficult to break down, as we said, so compact at the back at the moment. It's like driving your car up a one-way alley, a one-way dead end. Absolutely nowhere to go. When the Pirates do get it up there, it's going to take a moment of magic, and they do have players capable of that, of course. But here's Astadio for Fraser Park centrally. Back for Dos Santos. It's a bit of an aimless ball forward, that, from the Fraser Park defender. No teammates showing any real sort of urgency to get on the end of it. Here's Dos Santos again though. Inside it goes for McAlpine, who's dropped a bit deeper to get a touch on the ball. In towards Torahara with the header. Skitardis shifting onto his right. Skitardis, oh my word, that is some finish from Harry Skitardis to double the advantage here for Fraser Park. Fired into the top corner, very little that Zaid Hussein could do about that. Cutting back onto his right and unleashing, absolutely rifling that one into the top right corner. Well, take nothing away from that. That's a superb finish. Well, it's not going to script so far, this one, for the home side. As we said, in the earlier under-20s adventure, it was a 2-0 victory in favour of the hosts. And so far, the opposite result on the scoreline, with about 25 minutes gone here at Plume Park, courtesy of Francis McAlpine and Harry Skitardis, who are looking to really flip the script on Central Coast United here today. Here's Ebiosi, head up and scanning, assessing the options in front, one of whom was Palapanis. Ebiosi just getting himself tangled up in knots on the halfway line there, and Mapu will retrieve, and he has to dance around a couple of bodies, including the referee, and he's done exceptionally well. Flackers herring after this one, now bearing down on goal. looking to pull it across the face, denied by the sliding challenge there of, I think, William Wright. And if my calculations are correct, I think that's the first corner of the evening for the home side. A chance to halve the deficit here for the Pirates from the set piece. Well, he looked to just plonk this directly on top of the goalkeeper. Well, no is the answer. Worked short. Variation on the corner. The strike at the end of it blocked off, and it falls at the feet of McAlpine, who looked to return it to Skitardis. All avenues blocked off very quickly. United aware of the danger that Fraser Park pose on the counter-attack, as they showed just moments ago with that second goal. Coming out of, well, not very much really, in all fairness. Wenzel, the backspin on the ball there, had Zaid Hussein in two minds, really. Made the right call in the end, the goalkeeper, to come out and clear. Showing off his impressive array of passing as well. Nice little turn around the corner there from Murray, and here's Singh. Oh, he's dumped to the deck rather unceremoniously by Wenzel, and Wenzel, well, no free kick forthcoming at the end of it, just a throw in. Wenzel with his arms outstretched as if to say, well, where am I supposed to go? Well, that is certainly going to be a free kick for Cade Mapu. Shoots Orahara. I'm not too sure what you'd call that challenge, really. He's gone through the legs of Cade Mapu there with his midriff, really. Again, no yellow card forthcoming. Just the one entrant to the referee's notebook so far this evening. Caleb Murray earlier in the half. The Pirates again looking to work their way back into this one from the set piece. Two over it. Partridge and Reagan. Partridge, of course, the left-footed option. Partridge to swing it in towards the back post. And I'll tell you what, that could have gone just about anywhere. A real teasing, tantalising sort of delivery, that one from Mark Partridge. The defensive header, yep, from Ebiosi, nearly nestling. Oh, I'll tell you what, it was nearly a great finish. Corner number 2 of the match for the Pirates. This one swung in towards the back stick again. It's Ebiosi rising, this time away from goal. Bit of an air swing, but eventually worked back out, and the strike, oof. It was a real fizzing sort of strike. Amaro Ferreira happy to watch that sail fairly harmlessly high and wide of his upright. Well, it's been a good response from the hosts after going 2 goals down. Of course, not long ago, Harry Skitardis with an excellent finish into the top right corner. Just a few minutes ago, giving Fraser Park that 2-goal lead. Central Coast United since then have really grown into the game and looked to work their way into it, and it looks like Flaccus is going to operate on this near touch line. Here he is, Flaccus, scythed down by Astadio, who, well, in fairness, probably got a good chunk of the ball there as well on his way through. Wenzel just boxed in there by Reagan. And the Pirates might really look to box in Fraser Park here as well. Hoisted in towards Torahara. Singh first to it though. Now Reagan. Not happy with the options in front, instead goes back to McAlmont and across the back for Kairouz. Partridge. Bundle off it there was Mapu. And Fraser Park, slide rule ball for Torahara. Couldn't quite get the cut back. And again, it was that man, McAlpine, lurking. It never came for him though. Central Coast United able to clear as far as halfway. Pizzuto couldn't regain possession though. Ebiosi, blocked off there, Ebiosi by Flaccus. That's going to be a fascinating battle between these two. A pass at the end of it though from Caleb Murray, I think. It was indeed. Again into that half space. And it was between Flaccus and Pizzuto. Neither able to latch onto it. Here they come again though, the Pirates. It's Mapu on the far touchline. Driving inside and driving it over the byline eventually. Well, he is quick, but not quite quick enough to keep that one in play. Unfortunately, Cade Mapu. Now, you think, Jaden, that Shannon Cole's maybe seen something tactical in this change between, or shifting Flaccus and Mapu. Mapu obviously moving out to the left now, Flaccus moving out to the right, but we've seen a couple of little moments where Flaccus has maybe had the better of Fraser Park's left-sided centre half, the number 17, and Ebiosi.
Well, a bit more size Flaccus has got on him, so it might be a bit more of a physical battle that Flaccus can impose on the centre half, so we'll see what comes of it.
Here's Reagan. Arbello clipped in towards the back post, arriving late as well. Was that Mapu arriving late? Turned clear in the end. Couldn't quite tell if that's actually gone behind or...
Caleb Murray with the late run back post.
It was Murray, in fact. Well, he's picked up a couple of yards of pace. Cross swung in. Didn't quite beat the first defender, though. Again, the Pirates knocking on the door. Can they barge it down here? Ferreira quick off his line to snuff out the danger at the very last available opportunity. And it's that long searching ball again in the direction of McAlpine. We're going to see that as a recurring theme, I think, for the next 60 or so minutes here at Plume Park. Dos Santos wins it back in the middle of the park, looking to swing it out wide. Well, it does fall kindly for Skitardis, who's one-on-one with Singh, and then he's two-on-one and doesn't have the beating of Murray. Well-timed challenge that from Murray. Couldn't quite stick the pass though. Dessar able to play forwards, and then all the way back it will go for Ferreira. Fraser Park will just be happy to stroke it around. Well, as I say that, it's clipped over the top by Ebiosi. Thought they might want to try and settle into a bit of a rhythm, perhaps. No, it seems. Here's Wenzel. Running out of real estate on the near touchline there, Alexis Wenzel, in spite of his protests. Excellent use of the body there from Michael Singh to make sure that the Fraser Park captain had nowhere to turn, nowhere to go. Arbello looking to dink one over the top. Battle between Wenzel and Flaccus now. And it might fall kindly here for Mapu. Oh. Ferreira plunging on it again. Last-ditch stuff there, desperation stuff for Fraser Park, who now can't quite get it out of their own half. It's another good-looking ball centrally from Singh. Mapu dancing on the edge of the area. Flaccus couldn't quite turn. Couldn't quite sort his feet out in time. Ebiosi able to step in, linking up with McAlpine, who will get the return pass as well. McAlpine striding forward, still now forced it a little wider than he might like. Well defended, it has to be said as well, again, by Central Coast United eventually. Maybe affording Francis McAlpine a couple of opportunities too many there, though. Well, they're really building into this one, you feel, Central Coast United. You feel something's coming, something's brewing. Something's cooking for the Pirates. It's been a couple of heart-in-mouth moments for that Fraser Park backline. Here's Ebiosi. Ferreira. Clipped out for Wenzel. They've played their way out smartly, in fact, here have Fraser Park. Wenzel again continues his overlapping run. And it's a good sliding challenge to halt that overlapping run from Flackis. Skitardis just leaving the throw in for his captain Wenzel. Torahara, don't tell me he's going to go to the corner already. Well, that avenue of opportunity not afforded to him in any case. Hoisted in again by Wenzel. Here's Skitardis. Well, maybe in two minds there, Harry Skitardis, after his earlier goal. Two minds as to whether to look for that top corner again or swing it in and stand it up towards the back post. In the end, it was really both, but neither. Oh, it's a bit of a loose touch from Kairouz, maybe finding himself in a bit of trouble here as well. Going through the back of Torahara.
McCalmont.
Was it McCalmont's?
Yeah.
My apologies, I can't tell the difference between 12 and 17 apparently. That's awful. Harry McCalmont just getting himself a little bit tied up there. A bit of a loose touch initially. Allowing Torahara to steal in.
It's actually good to see some of the Mariners boys in the stands here to support McCalmont.
You'll love to see it. Oh, yes, I can see a few of them over to my right-hand side. Spotted Sash Kazevsky and a couple of others there. It's a Fraser Park free kick meanwhile. And it's high, wide and not so handsome from Stavros Palapanis, who scored the equaliser last week for Fraser Park with, what I'm told, is an absolutely spectacular bicycle kick from long range.
We'll have to see the footage of that one.
Have to, yeah, absolutely watch it back. I'll tell you that one was less than spectacular though, in all fairness. And it wasn't to be last week for Fraser Park either, in spite of the 80th minute equaliser for Palapanis. Well, hold your thoughts. Hold that thought, because that is Palapanis, that is McAlpine, and that should have been 3. In fact, it's a very, very good save at the end of it from Zaid Hussein. Again, it's, wow, nearly football seppuku, really. Playing their way out into trouble, the Pirates on that occasion. Straight to the feet of Palapanis, who slid it in for McAlpine. Hussein had his angles covered expertly. Third corner of the evening here for Fraser Park. Swung in towards the near post this time. Bouncing around, bobbling around everywhere. Arbello's seen enough and hooks it clear. Back to Astudio, who will go all the way back to Ferreira. As we said, in spite of the 80th minute equaliser for Palapanis last week, it was a 94th minute winner, or loser, I guess you could say, from Fraser Park's perspective, as this cross is swung in again. Headed clear by Ebiosi once again. He's a real tower at the back, the number 17 for Fraser Park. He was the one who actually went nearest to opening the scoring inside the first minute as well. He also went very near to equalising for Central Coast United later in the half. Astudio. Again, that big crossfield switch of play out to the right. Will White. And just ballooning up. It took a big touch on the way through. So another corner, the corner count mounting up now for Fraser Park. Their 4th of the evening so far. Torahara making his way across to take. Swung in again, near post from Torahara. Headed clear from the near post as far as Astudio. Back with Christian Dessart, and once again, all the way back with Amaro Ferreira. Just inviting the Pirates forward here, Fraser Park. And then looking to try and play one in behind, but all too wide in the end. Once again, across the back line it goes, all the way for Michael Singh. Flackers just letting it run for Pizzuto. And again, it's that real physical battle between Pizzuto and Ebiosi, all the way back to Ferreira. Now William Wright, able to turn and stride forward over halfway, only momentarily. Well, referee adjudging that he's been taken out on the way through, and a quick free kick here from Fraser Park in the direction of McAlpine again. Well dealt with by Singh. Here's Flackers. Striding inside and over halfway goes Flackers. Reagan. Can't retain possession though. Fraser Park with 3 forwards. The supporting cast eventually coming forward to join. Instead, they just opt to go backwards and retain it for a moment. Just a few minutes to go until half-time. I don't imagine we'd see all too much time added on. As the Pirates again look to mount an attack here. Through the centre it goes. The strike at the end of it as well. It's another fantastic save from Ferreira.
Seemed to have been a block from one of the centre backs.
The centre half has blocked it off before it even made its way through to Ferreira. We'll have a look at the replay when we get the chance. We might just have the chance now, actually. Worked through centrally by Mapu, and Pizzuto with the strike at the end of it. It was actually a very good sliding challenge from the centre half to prevent that. I fancy it might have actually been drifting in had the centre half not made the block. Such was the angle on the strike as well. Again, last-ditch desperation stuff from Fraser Park, keeping their goal intact so far. Here's Singh. Goes inside his opposite number 7. Looks to get the return pass from Mapu. Dos Santos able to slide in and retrieve it for Fraser Park. Here's Dos Santos again. Wenzel. Again stretching to try and keep it in play. All in vain though. Dos Santos expressing his displeasure in the decision. It looked fair from our vantage point though. Well, about 90 seconds or so of regulation to go in the first stanza here at Plume Park. Central Coast United with it all to do. Michael Singh's just been pinged in my favourite little game within the game. See how many yards he can steal before the referee notices. Well, the referee absolutely noticed well and truly there. Didn't make it too far though. Reagan keeps it moving. Kairouz. Partridge. Kairouz again. Ball speed seems to have gone up a notch here from the Pirates. It's Mapu. Still going Mapu. Oh, just on a bit of a different wavelength to Murray on that occasion. Murray looked to zig. Mapu perhaps expecting him to zag. And Fraser Park, of course, in no hurry to take this one. They would be absolutely ecstatic to take that 2-goal lead into the sheds at half-time. Torahara. Well, the final touch, in fact, off Fraser Park's number 10. He's still busy protesting while we're back underway, though. Kairouz, Arbello, able to turn under very little pressure. Might get the return here as well, Arbello. Dancing inside the area. And the strike at the end of it with no real sort of purchase or connection, not the connection required to really test the Fraser Park goalkeeper, who will look to just soak up a few more seconds as we enter added time at the end of the first stanza here at Plume. Well, that's really testing out your goalkeeper's footwork. Hussein pass out with flying colours and looks to send Pizzuto off flying. One-on-one with Ebiosi. Ebiosi using his body well to get there ahead of Pizzuto. Perhaps one last chance here for the Pirates. Well, not if it plays out like that. Through about a minute or so of time added on at the end of the first half. All eyes on the referee. Can the Pirates fashion one last chance here through Reagan? Twisting and turning, slaloming into the area is Reagan. Again, it's last-ditch stuff from the Fraser Park defence. And the final touch off Jack Reagan. So just a goal kick at the end of it. It looks oh so promising. There are a few up on their feet in the stands here at Plume. Ferreira sending everyone forwards. You'd expect the whistle will come pretty much immediately after this kick is taken. On we go, says the referee. Towering head of that from McAlmont. Check of the watch from the referee. Jack Reagan in close quarters with the referee, close consultation here. Just discussing the Fraser Park gamesmanship, and the referee eventually says that will do for the opening 45 here at Plume Park. Fraser Park have really turned this one on its head here at Plume. It is Fraser Park 2, Central Coast United 0. Goals to Francis McAlpine and the bullet header, and then Harry Skitardis with an absolute rocket into the top corner. Have done the damage so far. Still 45 minutes of football to come. Jaden, what have you made of the first half so far?
Well, it's like CCU didn't come out of the blocks until 20 minutes in. But listen, like you said, a big second half to come. 2-0 is a very dangerous scoreline in football, so you never know what can happen, and we'll see that. We'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you join us for the second half in about 15 minutes' time. Well, a very warm welcome back indeed to what is becoming an increasingly wet Plume Park here on the coast, of course, for round 3 of Football New South Wales Men's League 2 action between Central Coast United and Fraser Park FC. Fraser Park with the advantage at the interval by 2-0. Goals courtesy of Francis McAlpine and Harry Skitardis, giving them the ascendancy in this one. Doesn't look like any changes at half-time for either side. We'll bring you exact confirmation on that very shortly. Both sets of players are out, the referees are back out. And we're not far from getting back underway. If you're just joining us, of course, on the stream, as we said, the big change pre-game. No Dave Bloom for Central Coast United this evening, replaced by yours truly in the commentary box. Pete Pryor, of course, with you. Absolute pleasure to have your company wherever you're watching from. And alongside me, Jaden Downs, of course. Jaden, tough start, tough opening 45 for the Pirates.
Yeah, like we closed out the first half too. It was a very sluggish start. Fraser Park came out firing in the first 10 minutes and they sort of snagged 2 very class finishes to start the game, and it's still leading at half time, and like we said, 2-0. Dangerous scoreline. Let's see what CCU can bring to the second half.
Plenty of football yet to be played in this one. Fraser Park preparing to resume hostilities here at Plume. Kicking from left to right on your screens, and immediately looking to launch it forwards in the direction of Dos Santos. Comfortably dealt with, and striding forward now is Flackus, unable to have the beating of McAlpine. McCalmont. Kairos all the way back to Hussein. Kairos unhappy with the options presented in front. Again, going back to Hussein. And Kairos again. This time, central it goes for Pizzuto. Mapu, Flackus. He's just a little behind Reagan. He's able to retrieve it though, the captain. And it's a good looking slide rule ball that as well. Driven across the face, and I'll tell you what, Ebiosi again with the last ditch clearance, nearly turning through his own net. What a ball that was from Singh. Take nothing away from the ball to release Michael Singh as well. Fantastic. Opening corner of the half in favour of the Pirates as they look to halve the deficit here at Plume. As we said, no shortage of goals every time these sides meet. We're up to a total of 12 in the last 3 meetings, including tonight. Another corner for the Pirates. 2 in the opening 2 minutes. Evening up the corner count at 4 apiece as the rain continues to tumble down here at Plume Park. Variation on the corner this time. Working an alternate angle and blocked off very quickly. Arbello looking to bring that out of the night sky. Tangle of legs. Referee says nothing doing. The Pirates unable to force the issue though. Fraser Park playing their way out smartly. Here's McAlpine. Looking to stride inside. Trying to go around the other side of Kairos. Didn't have the beating of him though. Kairos just standing his ground, and this time United playing their way out. Mapu, it's a strong challenge from Dos Santos, or Desar, my apologies. Here's Wenzel. Inside for Astadio. And into the channel for Dos Santos this time. Cross across the face towards the back stick. Arriving again with Skitardis. And I think it's another good save from Hussein to keep it at 2-0. Oh yes, Skitardis arriving late. Perhaps a bit of a lack of urgency, maybe heavy legs from the Central Coast United defenders there in dealing with the ball across. Corner towards the near post, towards right. The Pirates able to deal with it. Work it into the wide area now. Awaiting support. 3-on-3 here now with Murray. And then towards Pizzuto, who couldn't quite reel it in. Again, it's desperation defending from Fraser Park. They've been great with the last-ditch stuff tonight. And it is really what's kept their goal intact. You can probably hear through the broadcast just how heavy that rain is coming down on the roof here at Bloom Park. I'll tell you what, I'm very thankful for some cover overhead, Jaden. Yeah. I've commentated at venues where there's been less cover than this, that's for sure. Fraser Park getting us back underway. Ferreira looking to plan out towards halfway in the direction of Dos Santos. Kairou's winning out. Back with Hussein. McCalmont. Singh. Building nicely here from the Pirates. Onside is the call. Into the area towards the 14, Flaccus. And again, it's William Wright at the very last available moment, getting a foot in there to take the sting out of the effort from Flaccus before it reached Ferreira. The Pirates coming closer and closer and closer. Pizzuto, oh, it's a good looking release. Partridge sliding in. Unable to reach it in the end. It's chance after chance from the Pirates. The latest Mapu. Unable to get on the end of that one. We've got a player down in back play. That's the Fraser Park captain, Alexis Wenzel. Plenty of instruction coming from the Central Coast United centre half there, Harry McCalmont. Well, discussions being had as to whether Alexis Wenzel can remain on the pitch here. It looked like he was off the pitch when he went down, and he is in fact remaining off the pitch. As you can hear, Harry McCalmont agreeing with that interpretation that he's off the pitch, and then unhappy with the sporting gesture of Mark Partridge to return the ball to Fraser Park. Well, you can see both sides of the argument there, perhaps, Jaden.
Yeah. Well, he did end up crawling himself back on. So I would agree in McCalmont's decision, but, you know, we are a club of sportsmanship.
Sporting gestures,
yeah.
Yep, that's right. And I think the good news in terms of Fraser Park anyway is that their captain, Wenzel, seems to be up and about and moving freely, but moving freely even more so here is Flaccus. Into the area, shouts for a penalty, not heeded. Good save at the end of it as well from Ferreira. Bello with the latest in a string of chances for the Pirates. The ball across from Flaccus. Bello seemed to have perhaps too much time to get the shot away. Ferreira was quickly out to narrow the angle in any case. Another strike on goal. Flashing. Just a matter of inches wide.
I'm actually not sure what happened there. I don't know, because I was...
No, it's hit the side netting.
Side netting.
It's hit the side. It's hit the post, but the back of the post somehow.
Right.
Well, the Pirates firing chance after chance after chance here Salvo after salvo at the goal of Fraser Park, and this free kick on halfway might go some way to just relieving a little bit of the pressure. It's maybe a bit of a physical mismatch there between Astudillo and Alex Arbello. On we go in any case. Well, in spite of the bright opening from Fraser Park in the first half, so far this half has been all Central Coast United, and certainly you would think this would be the first yellow card of the evening for Fraser Park. Indeed it will be. Gregory Abiosi, the first one to draw the ire of the referee this evening for the Travellers. He did receive a couple of warnings, to be fair, in the first half as well. He was told he was on his last legs, and justifiably so, breaking up a fairly promising counter-attack there. Goes into the referee's notebook. On we go. Good-looking slaloming run this into the area as well. Nearly fell at the feet of Flackus. Ferreira, quickest to react and able to scramble it clear. Here's Astudillo. Feeling the contact there in the centre circle there, Ben Astudillo. Going down. Fraser Park happy to get things on the move quickly enough. Good challenge, popping out kindly for Arbello. Now Mapu. It's a real sort of scramble in that central third, and well, that's a scything sort of challenge there from McAlmont. Advantage played from the referee. How will this play out? William Wright. Well, Zaid Hussein was waiting to simply collect that one. Perhaps a centre half not hearing the shouts from the goalkeeper, if there was one. Danger averted in the end in any case. The crossfield ball in the direction of Partridge. Again, as we've seen a few times tonight, just skidding off the surface.
I'm a bit surprised the referee hasn't come back for the yellow card then. But I guess we'll play on.
Play on. Yeah, you know, fair. It was agricultural.
Yeah, very. Very.
Here's Astudillo. Good challenge from Mapu. Looks to try and isolate his defender. Now Pizzuto. That's a bit of a loose touch though from Arbello. Unable to retain possession there, and Fraser Park immediately looking to hoist it forwards. Hooked clear eventually by Kairos. Aware of the danger, of course, that Shutar Hara presents as well. Shutar Hara just 3 goals for the season last season for Fraser Park, but so often the creator. That's why he wears the number 10 on his back. Here he is, Torahara, now right. McAlpine and Dos Santos. Still going here, Dos Santos. Trying to dance his way into the area, eventually blocked off by Kairos. Oh, and how's the sliding challenge there? Christian Dessar has been dumped to the deck by, was that Cade Mapu? Cannonball Cade, well that's why they call him Cannonball Cade.
Yeah,
one of many reasons, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah, just a tad late there. Just a tad late.
Oh, he's got a fair chunk of the ball as well,
yeah.
but he's gone in. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's a fair yellow card to give in all fairness. I think that's all you can really say about that from Cade Mapu. And Christian Dessar is going to need a bit of treatment here, so it would seem. As we tick towards the 60th minute here at Plume Park. If you're just joining us, very warm welcome, of course. There's goals in the first half to Francis McAlpine and Harry Skatardis that have done the damage. It's Pete Pryor and Jaden Downs with you on the stream this evening. As always, an absolute pleasure to have your company wherever you're watching from. Well, we're back underway here at Plume Park. Central Coast United have certainly had the better of the opening exchanges in the second stanza here. Fraser Park starting to grow into this one. United will really want to try and make all their ascendancy in the second half, all their pressure count for something. Apply some scoreboard pressure, which they might be able to do here. Flackus, one-on-one with Wright. Has support in the form of Partridge. Forced to recycle Kairouz. And then all the way back to McAlmont. Just looking to push and probe and try and force Fraser Park out of shape here. Not like that, they won't. Murray just on a bit of a different wavelength to his captain in Reagan. Right, able to play it all the way back to Ferreira, who's able to effect the clearance under some pressure from Pizzuto. Abiosi. And that's another card, another entrance into the referee's notebook. Admittedly, I had just looked away for a moment.
Be Reagan to get the book in there.
So Reagan joins Caleb Murray and Cade Mapu and Gregory Ahiozi in the referee's notebook. As we said, I'm sure no shortage of feeling between these two sides, who do have a fairly storied history. We're going to see a couple of changes coming up here for Fraser Park as well. It looks like Christian Dos Santos is one of those to have taken his leave. Matthew Lecce I believe is one of those to have come on, and Andrew Vlahadamis as well. Bring you exact confirmation on that in just a moment, as William Wright unable to bring that one out of the night sky.
Seems to be 22 and what's that? Number 6, number 8.
I thought I saw the 11 come on, so my apologies. Matt Lecce is not on. Fen Hodgson Yu is the other replacement. Ahiozi and Pizzuto in a foot race for this one. Ahiozi leaving it for his goalkeeper in the end, who got a touch on it, just cannoned off the legs of Pizzuto. Well, bit of a communication breakdown, I feel, between centre-half and goalkeeper on that occasion. Nearly proving calamitous. Fraser Park survived just about. Swung out towards Vlahadamis. All too far ahead of the Fraser Park flyer. You may be able to hear through the broadcast as well. It's not just the rain, but the wind that's also kicked in here at Plume Park, which is going to make conditions very interesting for the final half an hour or so. Clearance straight into the head of a teammate there. Fraser Park able to get the strike away and finish as well. It's 3. And it's just what Central Coast United didn't need.
Didn't get it. Sorry, mate.
Looked like the strike took a couple of touches on the way through as well, taking it away from Zaid Hussein. This is not what the Pirates had in mind tonight. 27 minutes or so for the Pirates to try and salvage something here, if they can. It seems oh so unlikely, but never say never in football. And, well, we know all about the Pirates' never say die attitude as well. But at 3 goals, they've certainly got a mountain to climb here. Going to see a couple of changes as well for Central Coast United coming up.
Sabanda on. Seems for Reagan.
Here's an early touch for Sabanda. Perhaps just looking to inject a bit more energy into the central area, Shannon Cole, with that introduction of Brett Sabanda, who looks to make a run in behind here as well. Dinked in between the 2 centre halves. Sabanda racing after it. Eventually shepherded back to the goalkeeper by Dessart. Well, as it stands, Fraser Park seemingly on course for their first 3 points of the season. And as I alluded to earlier, definitely flipping the script on this one, as more often than not, when Fraser Park and Central Coast United meet at Plume Park, well, let's just wait and see how this plays out, and vice versa, the victor is normally the home side. I need to go back through my records for this, but I don't believe Fraser Park have actually ever beaten Central Coast United at Plume Park. Here's Sabanda. Well, it never broke for him in the end. The referee's whistle indicating a free kick in favour of Central Coast United for the challenge on Murray. Well, they're not going to die wondering here, the Pirates, as it swung in again. It's a bit of an air swing from Ehiozi. Now, Sabanda. Good looking ball here as well. Good looking strike and a wonderful finish.
Harry McAlmont.
That was Harry McAlmont. His first goal for the Pirates. Giving them just a sniff here with about 24 minutes to play. That's a classy finish from the Englishman. Oh, takes a good chunk of paint off it. The post on the way through as well. And Harry McAlmont opens his ledger for the season. You can hear in the background as well that good contingent of Mariners players as well here to support Central Coast United and, of course, Harry McAlmont. Well, where to from here? Stop the press. We could be on for an absolutely blockbuster finish here at Plume Park. Central Coast United now with perhaps a renewed sense of vigour, a renewed sense of purpose. Steve Gibbs on the stream. We're going to win 4-3. Well, wait, see. Oh, that's a scything looking challenge, and well, as we said, no shortage of feeling between the sides here. A couple of little handbags after the fact. Referee over quickly enough to sort it out. Plenty of words exchanged in the middle of it all. So that's the goal scorer, McAlmont, at the centre of it all, of course. A couple of Fraser Park players unhappy with the challenge. There's going to be a yellow card brandished towards a couple of players
Just the one. It just seems to be Michael Singh there at the moment.
for being the third player in, perhaps.
Not for the challenge itself.
Oh, for the challenge itself. Well, Fraser Park will be happy enough with that sort of situation, just soaking up a few more valuable seconds here. Though the referee did show in the first half, after their many displays of gamesmanship, that he's more than happy to add these minutes on as well. So it'll be interesting to see how it transpires at the end of the second in about 21 minutes' time. How much we will have added on. But if Central Coast United can find a second here, I'll tell you what, all the pressure will be on the away side. I think it already is. In any case, here's William Wright. Flackers keeping him honest. William Wright's done exceptionally well to find Vlahodamus. Little nutmeg on Partridge on the way through. Here's Vlahodamus returning the favour to Wright. Vlahodamus again. Hanging sort of delivery there from Vlahodamus. Well, I felt that might have been a foul on the edge of the area. Referee said nothing doing. Just a corner for Fraser Park. Well, Fraser Park, of course, as the situation would dictate, a little more hesitant to send as many bodies forward as they were earlier in proceedings here at Plume. Here's Ahiosi, though, one of those who did come forward. Unable to retain possession, though. Well, that's cheaply turned into touch at the end of it all. And we may see another couple of changes here from Fraser Park as they look to shore up their 2-goal advantage. I'm bringing you confirmation on those changes when we get the chance. Might have seen Paul Lee being introduced there. Meanwhile, the Pirates searching for a second, searching for that goal to really breathe a new sort of life into this one. Kairouz, Arbello, McCalmont. Still coming forward here, the Pirates. Contact in the back. Well, they thought they might have had the advantage there. They might just be happy enough to take the free kick, and another yellow card for Fraser Park. Just their second of the evening.
Would that be to the skipper? Yeah, for Fraser.
Alexis Wenzel, I think you're right. Now, a fairly interesting sort of position, this free kick. Perhaps maybe just a touch too far out to think about going directly for goal, but the conditions might dictate otherwise. We've still got a bit of a smattering of rain here on the Central Coast. This is curled in towards the back post and a flying sort of header. Unable to get the direction required, though.
Robin Van Persie-esque diving header. I don't mind it.
Don't mind it. Don't mind it. I like it a bit better when it finds a target.
Yes. Caleb Murray had scored the goal very similar to that in round one to secure the victory there.
Oh, what a winner.
Oh, what a winner.
What a winner, yes. Yeah. Scenes. Could we see something similar? Never say never. Still 17 or so minutes to go here at Plume, plus any time to be added on, of course.
which the amount of yellow cards and an injury stoppage, you expect a 3 or 4 minutes.
Yep. Wouldn't be surprised to see 4 or 5. Now Vlahodamus just running out of real estate on this near touch line. It's a bit of a cheap giveaway from Vlahodamus, and if anything, is Partridge for the Pirates. Sabanda. Vlahodamus, well, he was absolutely certain he'd won it back for his side. Just a throw in for the Pirates at the end of it. Hoisted back in by Partridge, who will have it back. Now Sabanda, twisting and turning and only finding trouble. That is Matt Lecce, the number 11, who's come on recently for Fraser Park. Desar. Vlahodamus, my apologies, has the beating of Partridge, who throws his head back in frustration. Vlahodamus still going, the fresh legs. Now Lecce. Matthew Lecce has 3 gold shirts for company, unable to force a way through, but it pops out very kindly for William Wright. Skitardis trying to skip inside. Couldn't keep it under his spell though. Mapu now. Sabanda. Well, couldn't stick the return pass, and it's a bit of a cheap tug on the jersey. Referee just waving play on, playing the advantage. Fraser Park now looking to fashion something from the far touchline. Well, I don't fancy this one's going to just fizzle out or peter out into nothingness. Fraser Park still giving as good as they get. Still looking to get forward when the opportunity presents itself. Central Coast United, of course, understanding the urgency that befalls them, but they're not going to make any headway with passes like that from Kairouz. It's just behind a teammate there. I think it was Cade Mapu. And it seems to be the case, or seems to have been the case a few times this evening, where teammates have just been perhaps on slightly different wavelengths. Partridge swinging away from goal this time. Pizzuto was awaiting. It's a little too far ahead of the 99. Well dealt with at the back eventually. Here's Matthew Lecce for Fraser Park. Striding forward centrally. Skitardis. It was eventually dumped to the deck, and we're going to have another yellow card.
Flackus.
For Ben Flackus, yep. That card count really mounting up now there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the book.
And 4 of those are still on the field.
That's right, yep. The only one not on the field with the yellow card, Jack Reagan, of course, who departed earlier in the half. Just the one change so far from Shannon Cole. Jack Reagan out, Brett Sabanda in.
The captain's armband's gone to Michael Singh. And seems to be 2 possible changes here for CCU as the bench seems to be getting warm. It seems to be Hayden Harris and Jay Goodwin.
Well, Fraser Park will look to swing in this free kick ahead of those upcoming changes from Central Coast United, tailing away, or well, tailing really straight into the gloves of Zaid Hussein there. Very comfortable take for the Pirates custodian. Getting things back underway immediately. Sabanda exchanging passes with Arbello. It's all getting a bit frantic, a bit chaotic out there. Fraser Park wanted the handball. They'll have the free kick for the foul instead on the opposite side of halfway. Shannon Cole might just look to hold off on those changes again here. Dessart. White immediately pressed by Flackus. Vlahadamas couldn't turn away from the attention of Partridge. The final touch, though, off Partridge. Astadio. Bit of contact in the back of the Fraser Park 19. Referee happy to award the free kick. Here's Ehiosi. Wenzel. Again, repelled by the Pirates as they look to search for an avenue forward into the last 10 minutes here at Plume Park. Still 2 goals the difference between these two sides. Kairouz now. Arbello. Sabanda exchanging passes with Arbello. It's a good sliding challenge, though, to get in there ahead of Arbello. It was left a little bit short of him, perhaps you fancy. Here's Lahadamas. Advancing on this near touch line. It's well defended, well marshalled by Sabanda. Little triangle forming there as well. Partridge, Sabanda now. They're so quick to get back behind the ball here, Fraser Park. Ball fizzed into the channel by Partridge. Pizzuto. Well, he's quick, but he's not quite that quick. All the way through to Ferreira in goal for Fraser Park. Here's White. Sabanda will have it back for the Pirates, only momentarily though. Astudio. And through the back goes Harry McCalmont. I think that's Matthew Lecce who's gone down and is happy to soak up a few more seconds there before William Wright gets us back underway.
It'll be Caleb Murray and Zach Pizzuto making way for Hayden Harris and Jay Goodwin. To make it easy for you, Pete, it's 20 Jay Goodwin.
And 15 Hayden Harris, all over it.
Good, good, good. I was going to say man bun Hayden Harris, but you know, easier for you.
No, that makes it easier actually.
Yeah.
Good strength from Partridge there to win it back. That's surely a handball. It is indeed against Lecce. Arbello gets us underway immediately. Here's McCalmont striding forwards, advancing over halfway. Plenty of numbers forward for Central Coast United, but again, rising above them to win the header is Ehiosi. He's had I think it's fair to say, a fairly commanding performance at the heart of that back four for Fraser Park today. Nearly found himself on the score sheet for Central Coast United, though, a couple of times. Is this one? Nearly on the end of it. Comfortable enough for Ferreira. It was probably always favourite to get there in all fairness. There is Ehiosi, who's just fired that one forward somewhat aimlessly. It's easy for Partridge to deal with. Kairouz. And now McAlmont. Singh. No options forward, all the way back to Hussein, who looks to open up the point of attack on the near touch line now with Partridge, who's bundled off it there by William Wright. Referee says nothing doing. Just a goal kick at the end of it. Well, in spite of the protests from some of those on the field there, I think the referee's probably got that one spot on, in all fairness. And we're going to see a final change here, it looks like, for Fraser Park. It will be the captain, Alexis Wenzel, who himself is on a yellow card as well, and is going to be in no real sort of hurry to make his way towards the touchline. I did note as well, he's been playing on that side of the pitch the entire night, and when his number came up, he somehow found his way over to this side of the pitch. Gamesmanship. On we go. Ferreira launching it forwards. Towering header back over halfway. Might fall here for Astadio, it does. So fresh legs there in the number 8 of Hodgson Yu, who came on earlier in the half. Blake Timolero is the one who's just been introduced as well here, of course, at Fraser Park in place of Alexis Wenzel. As the Coast march forward again here through Flackus. Look to go around the outside of White initially. It's Goodwin. Sabanda. The substitutes combining. Here's Partridge now. Something cooking here. Good looking cross towards the back post. Flicked header clear. Only half clear though, momentarily. Well, there's Hodgson Yu back doing some defending to great effect. Here's Lecce. Looking to release Vlahodamus. Vlahodamus into the area. What a challenge that is from Partridge. Had to time it correctly. And time it to aplomb, he did. Things you love to see as a fullback. Oh, that's a great challenge. And he's won the goal kick as well, if you don't mind. Whipped out towards Flackus. Fraser Park wanted the offside. He's been watching across the line though, Flackus. And now it's Cade Mapu. Now it's Sabanda, just left it behind momentarily. Goodwin looks to swing it back out to the far touchline. Goodwin again. Singh inside for Sabanda. Dinked over the top. Again, it's repelled once more by Fraser Park. Singh looking to measure the cross towards Sabanda. One touch to bring it under his spell. Second touch to find a teammate, only momentarily though. I think it was Goodwin there, just unable to sort his feet out in time to get the shot away. Christian Dessart playing back to his goalkeeper. He's taken the armband in the absence of Alexis Wenzel. Here's William Rice now. Looking to combine with Vlahodamus. Couldn't stick the pass. Fraser Park unable to get it out of their own half at the moment. Dragged down was Cade Mapu by Blake Timolero. Time against the hosts here. Looking to launch another foray forward. Cries of shoot from the crowd. The shot not forthcoming. Fraser Park once again looking to go long. That looks like McAlpine on the ball. Scored the opener, of course. Looking for the reverse pass. Teammates on a completely different wavelength there, though. Vlad Armas now. Studio. Oh, they'll just look to keep the ball here, Fraser Park. Aussie looking to switch the point of attack. Again, repelled, and, well, Christian Dessart coming across with a well-timed challenge to halt the advance of Ben Flaccus. We know what he's like when he gets into full flight. Partridge. Skitardis doesn't have the beating of Kairos. All the way back to Hussein once again. And a big switch of play towards Singh, asking a bit of his fullback there, and I fancy Singh, he's done quite well in all fairness. Well, ticking away into the final seconds of regulation time. Here at Plume. If the Pirates are to get anything out of this, it's absolutely last chance saloon stuff now. Repelled once more by that Fraser Park back four. Skitardis turning well, winning the throw for Fraser Park. Well, we don't have the advantage of a fourth officials board going up here to tell us how much time we've got added on. We're through just about the first minutes, and I fancy you're probably onto something there, as you mentioned earlier in the half, Jaden. 4 or 5 minutes, based on all the stoppages. Mind you, here's another one.
Both coaches are getting at it at the moment, as the CCU coach is quite a way out of his little box, but
few words exchanged there between technical areas. Plenty of feeling. Still some life left in this one, perhaps, as well. Good one. Well, into the channel, again into the half space, and, well, that's up for a clearance. Central Coast United bench having to play ball boy on that occasion. Everyone's back is the cry from the Fraser Park coaching staff. I don't feel that's entirely accurate because they've left one forward. But 10 behind the ball, 9 behind the ball, I should say. Skitardis has stayed sort of half forward for Fraser Park as Central Coast United look to try and break down this wall of defence. Partridge the latest with the effort. Long range from the fullback, certainly not beyond his capabilities. And blocked off, and Skitardis able to skip forwards and, well, has his heels clipped by Matt Kairos.
No,
that's McAlmont again. That's McAlmont again. So a busy evening out for Harry McAlmont, of course, the latest acquisition here at Central Coast United. A goal and now a yellow card for his troubles as well. What have you made of his performances so far on the coast, Jaden?
Well, a start to the season where we won. Got booked there. Last week, I possibly got booked there as well, I'm not sure, but he loves the yellow card. But yeah, he's an absolute unit, so No one's getting past him.
He is.
He's either taking man or ball, neither both. So, yeah, it's
Old-fashioned style centre half.
yeah.
Is my kind of centre half.
yeah.
Excellent. Love to see it. Love to see it. And I'll tell you what, he can finish as well. I think he might be wasted at centre half. That finish earlier in the half. That's was taken with some coolness and some composure. It's classy. Hussein launching it forward, and again it's Ehiozi rising, towering above everyone to head it clear. Lecce now taking it to the touchline, taken off his toe though, all the way back to Hussein. Kairos striding forwards. Free kick on halfway for the Pirates, and well, we
that's a
will
bit
have
of
a yellow cards.
I feel like that's a bit iffy because he kicked it as the whistle was blown. So,
I think he might have known what he was doing.
yeah.
He didn't really seem to have any sort of complaints, did he, the Fraser Park midfielder? On we go. Sabanda. Kairos, Sabanda again. Little clipped ball out to the near touch line for Partridge. Again, Avenue blocked off, and that will indeed be that here at Plume Park. Fraser Park do indeed find their first 3 points of the season. The damage was really done in the first half. Goals to Francis McAlpine and Harry Skitardis, of course, with an absolute ripper of a finish into the top corner. They added a third in the second as well.